जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारि यमुनातीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhacharan, Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhacharan. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. नेत्रलेपविष्ट जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवजक जष्टतर शत श्री श्रीमद एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की नामाचर्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय श्री श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री श्री द्वारका धाम की जय श्री श्री बद्रिका धाम की जय श्री श्री रामेश्वर धाम की कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदायिनी श्री श्री तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री श्री गंगा मैया जमुना मैया की कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की युग धर्म श्री श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ऑल गोइज टू assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल गोइज टू assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल गोइज टू assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल गोइज टू श्री गुरुवान गौरांग श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So on this auspicious day of the disappearance day of one of our great acharya in our Gaudiya Parampara, Shyamananda Pandit. So first of all I will like to seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas and the Vaishnavis, because I am very neophyte in this giving Bhagavatam class. First of all I am not qualified, because one should know the Sard Sandarbhas. I am not yet even started. So somehow the management authority, our Dharmatma Prabhu, ordered me to attempt to tell something, because Prabhupada always says that these are the training centers. The new devotees also should get trained how to give classes in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So with whatever little knowledge I have assembled and I have read or I have heard from our previous acharyas, especially Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual master and all other Vaishnavas, so all of you please bless me and give your mercy, so that whatever I have understood little bit, I will try to enlighten on this particular verse which has been allotted on today's day. So today I was asked to speak on the text 2 of the 60th chapter of the 10th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and the name of the chapter, as we know, is Krishna teaches Rukmini. So the sloka is like this: Jasve etal līlayā viśvaṁ sṛjate atti avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ sva-setūnāṁ gopīthāya yaduṣv etal līlayā viśvaṁ sṛjaty atti avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ sva-setūnāṁ gopīthāya yaduṣv etal līlayā viśvaṁ sṛjaty atti avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ sva-setūnāṁ gopīthāya yaduṣv. Please repeat. sṛjaty avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ setūnām gopīthāya yaduṣv viśvam sahi jātaḥ setūnām gopīthāya yaduṣv jātaḥ setūnām sṛjaty atti avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ setūnām gopīthāya yaduṣv. Mataji, etal līlayā viśvam sṛjaty atti avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ setūnām gopīthāya yaduṣv. So, word meaning: yaha, who, tu, and, etat, this, līlayā, as his play, viśvam, universe, sṛjati, sends forth, atti, devours, avati, protects, īśvaraḥ, the supreme controller, saha, he indeed, jātaḥ, born, sva, his own, setūnām, of the laws, gopīthāya, for the protection, yaduṣu, among the yadus, ajaḥ, the unborn Lord. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the unborn personality of Godhead, the supreme controller who creates, maintains and then devours this universe simply as his play, took birth among the Yadus to preserve his own laws. Purport: as stated in the Sixth Canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 6.3.19, dharmaṁ tu sākṣād bhagavat-praṇītam. Religion is the law established by God. The word setu means a boundary or limit. As in the case of a dike, earth is raised up on both sides of a river or canal so that the water will not deviate from its proper path. Similarly, God establishes laws so that people who follow them can peacefully progress along the path back home, back to Godhead. These laws, which are meant to guide human behavior, are thus called setu. A further note on the word setu. Earth that is raised up to separate agricultural fields or to form a causeway or bridge is also called setu. Thus, in the 9th Canto of Bhagavatam, uses the word setu to indicate the bridge Lord Ramchandra built to Sri Lanka. Since the laws of God act as a bridge to take us from the material life to liberated spiritual life, this additional sense of the word setu certainly enriches its use here. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshur-unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri-gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyasya Krupa Sindhu Vyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo 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 Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratasi Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karati vachalam pangam langhete girim jatkupatamaha vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Sri Paramananda Madham. Hare Krishna. So on this very auspicious day, I am first of all feeling myself very privileged and blessed by all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis like you to be allowed to speak on this very high subject matter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that to 10th Canto, which is considered the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So all of us have been hearing for last, I think, day for yesterday, the first words was described by Devi Shakti Mataji. Yesterday I met her. I told you have already finished everything. You have included the entire chapter summary. So what is left for us? So then she said, okay, just stick to the sloka, don't deviate. So I was just remembering this word setu, which Prabhupada writes mostly in this purport regarding the setu, means the boundary. So I felt I should not cross the boundary. I should limit my discussion on this words only. And also our Dharmata Prabhu has asked me to speak few words towards the end of this lecture on the disappearance pastimes of Shyamanand Pandit. So, all of us have, this pastime is actually what it depicts. It is actually the conjugal loving affair between Lord Krishna and Mother Rukmini. So, this previous verse, in that actually Sukadeva Goswami is describing to Maharaj Pariksit. He mentioned one word, Jagat Guru. So that Jagat Guru, with that continuation, this verse has been told. So Krishna is Jagat Guru. Krishna Bande Jagat Guru. So that means, so in this particular text, what we are going to enlighten today, Krishna's supremacy, the tattva, Krishna tattva has been highlighted. So because what will happen in the due course, as we go on, many things, there will be some debate and exchange of talks. In the Krishna book, if you see, the heading, the end title is Talks between the Krishna and Mother Rukmini. So like that, so many things will happen between the Lord and the Rukmini Devi. So one should not misunderstand the position of Lord Krishna. That is why Sukadeva Goswami has put forth these words, mentioning the glories, the greatness of the Supreme Lord Krishna. It is not just a mundane discussion between a ordinary husband and wife going on. So the purpose of this text, what we have heard, Jastve tal līlayā viśvam sṛjaty atty avatīśvaraḥ sahi jātaḥ sva-setūnāṁ gopīthāya yaduṣv. So the unborn personality of Godhead, the supreme controller, who creates, maintains and then devours this universe, simply as his play, took birth among the Yadus to preserve his own laws. So this translation says, the first thing here Sukadeva Goswami is telling, the Lord is unborn. Actually, when I read this text, the thing which came to my mind is the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. All of you have heard Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam many times, you know much better. So in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that is Jnana Yoga, the first thing Krishna is telling, evam parampara prapta imam sadarsa yuga. So that means the parampara which Krishna has established 40 million years ago, roughly, so that has broken. Actually that time Arjuna was also there. Along with Krishna, Arjuna, whenever Krishna, he'll tell in the next subsequent verses, whenever Krishna was there, his companion Arjuna was also there. But Krishna has remembered everything, but Arjuna has forgotten. Why? Because the Arjuna is acting, is representing us on behalf of us. He is representing a conditioned soul. So there are 3 kinds of persons. One is the conditioned soul, like Baddha Jivatmas like us, who are covered by our intelligence and consciousness, being covered by the illusory energy of the Lord. We have forgotten. As we change the body, everything we forget. Because that is the nature. But nature's law. But the pure devotees, like Arjuna is a pure devotee. So how he forgot? So obviously Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the 4th chapter, the 5th verse, Krishna says, the knowledge of Arjuna is covered by the Yogamaya. Naham sarvasya prakasam Yogamaya samamudam. So I am not manifesting to everyone because my līlayās, my pastimes are many times being covered by my Yogamaya potency, the internal energy. So all the conditioned souls are covered by the Mahamaya, and here Arjuna's knowledge is covered by Yoga. That's why Arjuna is also forgotten all this. Whereas Krishna, he never changes his body. He comes as he is. So Prabhupada writes very nice verse on this. Advaita achyuta anadi ananta rupam. So he says, Advaita, Krishna is non-dual. He is the same person. Just like Prabhupada gives a very nice analogy. Just like a Vaidurya Mani. Vaidurya Mani means it's a stone which changes its color repeatedly. Sometimes it is red, sometimes blue, sometimes yellow. The same stone has different colors. So here the incarnations which comes from Krishna is compared with a Vaidurjamani. Actually, if you see all the spiritual incarnations, there are 6 types of incarnations as we know. There are the līlayā avataras, guna avataras, there are purusha avataras, there are yuga avataras, manvantara avataras. So like that, there are 6 kinds of avatars. So if you see each and every presiding deity, if you see the first canto of Bhagavatam in the front page, there are various 400 form Narayanas. The difference is the arrangement of the kans, the lotus flower, the disc and the mace. That's all. So then, so they have their own planets. Like Lord Narasimha, he has his own planet. Lord Varaha has his own planet. So there are innumerable planets. So when the particular incarnation has to come, they come for that particular planet. And again, after finishing their pastime, they go back. So Krishna is the fountainhead of all the avatars. So our acharyas, especially Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says regarding this text, he says that this verse, as we see, Vishwanath, our Badarayani, Sukadeva Goswami is telling that he creates, maintains and devours. So creation is done by, as we know, the second canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Mahavishnu, Karundagasai Vishnu, from his hair pores, innumerable universes are coming when he breathes out, and then once the purpose is solved, again he breathes in, all the universes are devoured back. So then he is acting as a creator, also as an annihilator. And then in between he expands himself as a Garbhodaksai Vishnu who enters each and every universe, and unless Garbhodaksai Vishnu enters, the whole universe lies vacant. I mean, the things are there, but nothing is put into motion. Once the Garbhodaksai Vishnu enters, then he is the super soul. There are 3 super souls. One is Karundaksai Vishnu, that is his creator, and then the second is the Garbhodaksai. Then third one is the Garbhodaksai Vishnu also expands into the Kshirodakasai Vishnu. All of you know. So since we see the axis, Krishna expands to Balaram and Balaram to Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. That's the first quadruple expansion, and which further this Sankarshan also expands into so many Narayanas. And then that Narayana again expands into second quadruple expansion, that is Sankarshan, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And that second Sankarshan is called Maha Sankarshan, that is Mahavishnu. So that is how these 3 Purusha avatars are coming. This is what Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning in these words. He says the creation is done by Mahavishnu, the maintenance is done by Garbhodaksai Vishnu and Kshirodakasai Vishnu. As all of us know, Kshirodakasai Vishnu stays in each and every atom as a super soul, and also in the body of each living entity. And so that is how he maintains, as we have seen in 18th chapter, without his sanction, upadashta anumanta, nothing can happen. Even all the 5 factors are not fulfilled. Just like we see a factory, everything is, the building construction is done, and then the employees are there, the machineries have been set forth. Unless the government gives the permission, the factory cannot run. So like that, that's why he is the supreme doer. There are so many 3 doers, so out of which the chief doer is the super soul, Kshirodakasai Vishnu. So then he says devours. He devours means there are 2 ways of interpreting this. One is, see how the creation is, the Mahavishnu, that by his time factor, he glances upon the Lord Shiva, Sambhu, and through via Shiva, he glances upon the material nature, that is the Pradhan. And then once it gets agitated, then the 3 modes are manifested, Mahatattva. And then from different modes, the ego comes, then from ego, the intelligence, then mind, and that order you know. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it's very clearly mentioned. And then ether, air, and fire, and then water and earth. So like that, and the dissolution takes exactly in the reverse order. So here we see the Maha Sankarshan. When at the end of the millennium, when the fire comes out of the mouth of Maha Sankarshan, so everything is devastated and burned into ashes, and then the entire creation is taken back into the body of the Mahavishnu. Then for so many years, millions of years, then it remains in a dormant state. And again, when the time comes, Mahavishnu again breathes out, again the creation comes. So all of you know already from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita also. And the maintenance, as we know, Lord Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, these are also the guna avataras. The Lord expands into 3 guna avataras, and the mode of passion, Lord Brahma is the in charge, and mode of goodness Vishnu, and mode of passion is ignorance is Lord Shiva. So like that, there are 4 types of devastations, like a Nitya, Namitika, and there is Mahapralaya, like that. So the daily some years are happening, destruction, and the end of one day of Brahma, there is some pralaya where the whole universe, half of the universe is filled with water. There is 100 years there is no rain, then sun sucks out all the water again, it there is torrents of rain. So like that the universe gets devastated. The upper planetary systems are not destroyed, but in there's Mahapralaya, the entire universe is gone into the body of the Mahavishnu. That is how the universe, these 3 things are going on. So the very nice word here, Krishna, as Sukadeva Goswami is saying, in a playful manner. So Krishna does everything very effortlessly. Krishna doesn't have to endeavor, because Krishna has so many potencies, the energies of Krishna, the internal energy and the external energy and the tatastha sakti. So like that, they are just by the desire. Tava ichha Brahma kare sṛjana, tava ichha Vishnu kare palana, tava ichha Shiva kare sanghara. So this sṛjati, to me sarvesvara. So Krishna is just by will. That is, Krishna is satya sankalpa. He doesn't have to do anything. He just has to desire. Then his energy will come to know, and immediately swabhaviki vale kriyacha. Again, then naturally the phenomenon will happen. So like that, in this text, so first thing, the Sukadeva Goswami is unborn. So unborn, this need to be explained a bit. So what do you mean by unborn? Means Krishna doesn't take birth, right? So then we see Krishna appearing as a child. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakurs and all the 3 acharyas, Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, all 3, they say that why Krishna creates this material world. So one of the purpose we know is to give chance to the conditioned souls like us to go through our karmic reaction and simultaneously give the opportunity of devotional service. And he is providing so many literature like Bhagavatam and so many Vedic literature. He sends his acharyas, he personally comes, and so many sadhus and all. So he makes all the arrangement for the conditioned soul to go back to Godhead. That is one of the purpose, but that is not the actual purpose. That is what been said. So he says, it is said by the acharyas that for his own pleasure, Krishna creates this material world for his own. That is the actually līlayā, lila. So that is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also says. There are 2 types of lila Krishna does. One is this Purusha avataras, who are expansion of Lord Balaram. So this is also lila. We see so many demigods have been created. So from Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Lord Brahma is created, and from him so many rishis come out. So like that, so many dynasties come from Lord Brahma. So like that, so this is also one way of doing his lila. But more than that, the Krishna relishes, one of the, I think, devotees that is asking Baby Shakti Mataji, that why Krishna is not doing this sweet pastimes only. So obviously Krishna has to do both. He has to give chance to the conditioned souls, and he has so many other responsibilities. He has to kill the demons, and he has to protect the Yadu dynasties in which he has taken birth. So like that, Krishna, he remains as a Brajanandan Shyam in the Vrindavan Vasi's heart, and simultaneously he divides into, actually if you see Harivans, it clearly mentions that Krishna, the 2 Krishnas are born. One is from Mother Devaki. See, he manifested in the 400 form, that is the Vishnu Narayan form, and the other Krishna, all of you know, is from Mother Jasoda. 2 children are born, that is Jogamaya and Lord Krishna. So then when Vasudeva goes and he puts this Vasudeva Krishna, and then both the Krishna merge to form this Swayam Bhagavan. So here this īśvaraḥ, avati īśvaraḥ. Īśvara means this Swayam Bhagavan. It doesn't mean Vasudeva Krishna actually in this particular text. Though this Leela is happening between Rukmini Devi and the Vasudeva form, that is the Lakshmi Narayan pastime. So like that. So, so here the 2 word means it is well known. It's a well known fact. And then etat. Etat means very wonderful, very amazing creation, this material world. That word is there, etat. And then sṛjati. Sṛjati doesn't mean exactly creation. See, sṛjati means Krishna is not created. As we see in the 9th verse of 4th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Krishna says, Jada Jada hi dharma, no, not 9, 7 and 8. Jada Jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sṛjamiham. Sṛjamiham means, that doesn't mean Krishna is created. No, Krishna descends in its own eternal original form, that is the 200 form, as in case of Mother Jasoda. So, he is in his original form, he descends. So, that is the actual meaning of sṛjati, sṛjati in these words. And then, he means only Krishna. Only Krishna can do this kind of very sweet and very amazing pastimes, like he is doing with Mother Rukmini. You know, it is very amazing. Na? So, actually the intention of Krishna to do this pastime of Mother Rukmini is not just to tease her, not just to irritate her. So, in the conjugal affection, it is mentioned that in order to increase the devotional sentiment, the prema bhakti of Mother Rukmini, what Krishna does is, he purposefully told various things. I am a pauper, I am a beggar, I am a debauchee, I am a... so many things Krishna tells. I am a bhagavan. So this particular verse is going to come for as a reference point in the subsequent verses, when Krishna will tell so many ways to Mother Rukmini, and one by one, you see the subsequent verses, Rukmini refute all the arguments, all the concepts given by Krishna. Like he says, and here it is said he is Jagat Guru, and he is the creator, maintainer and devours. He devours. So then how he can be a pauper? So he is the owner of everything. He is spreading, he is expanding himself throughout the entire universe. So like that, so this is the reference point. And more so, Sukadeva Goswami here mentions the third part of his is the word, it is called setu. Prabhupada very elaborately tells setu means, it is means the, you see any river, any canal, Prabhupada very clearly says the water should not overflow. That's why the limits. So like that, for us, like 4 regulative principles. If somebody is acting within this varnashram dharma, gradually he become elevated and then he will go back to Godhead. That is the path made by for us. Like we see traffic. Suppose the traffic police is not there. So what will happen? Everybody will collide with each other. Like that. So dharmaṁ tu sākṣād bhagavat-praṇītam. In the 6th Canto of 3rd chapter, when the Jamadutas, they failed to arrest Ajamil's soul, they could not take it out. They could not bind him. So the Vishnudutas arrived. So there is an argument between them. So they got surprised. The first time they failed, they went back to Jamaraj and asked how many authorities are there for the religious system. Because in this particular verse, the what setu has been used, the laws ordained by the Krishna. That is the called dharma. But in a higher sense, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, sarva dharman parityaja, that is to surrender to Krishna. And then Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, save punsa paro dharma. So paro dharma means the highest religion is dato bhakti adhokchade ahitukya pritehata ya atma suprasidhati. So bhakti is the ultimate thing, and that is what is been told. But here we see, Sukadeva Goswami is telling, if one simply follows the laws and orders for the basic human conduct, human behavior, then automatically one will gradually surpass all the obstacles, and then he will be eligible to go back to Godhead, right? He will purify by following all these austerities. He will purify the heart, and slowly they will get advancement. And the other aspect, the second half in Prabhupada Purport, it is said Lord Ramachandra made a Dhanuskoti. All of you have gone to Dhanuskoti, Rameswaram. Even now also they say, scientists say that bridge is still found at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. So that bridge is also called setu. So as we know, the Lord can change any rules. He just like floating rock. There is a place called floating rock. The rocks are there. If you cut it, you will find like a spongy structure. Because of the presence of the air, the law of gravity doesn't work. So the stones will float, and that's how the monkeys and Lord Ramachandra and all, they cross the Indian Ocean to reach Sri Lanka. But so what it exactly means to us, the conditioned soul is, this bridge is the setu, is the religious system. If somebody follows the religion, then he can cross over this ocean of material world, and he will transform his life from his material concepts to a spiritual concept and liberated platform. That is what the setu is meant here. So like that. So here also, so Prabhu, I can speak for last 5 minutes. So just like playthings, this word is a very wonderful word. Why is mentioned simply as a play? In the previous chapter, all of you have heard how difficult was the fortification by Narakasura. I was reading Krishna's book. What is not there? First is the water is there, then fire is there, then electric fortification is there. There's a laser, like laser. One cannot just enter, but see the supremacy of the Lord. He just, in a playful manner, he went with Satyabhama, and he just entered inside and he killed Narakasura. So most of the demons been killed by Krishna in a playful manner. That is why this very nice word is there, playful. So coming back to the this unborn. So if you see Bhagavad Gita, in the first Krishna says this parampara has been broken. That's why I am telling you again this entire science to Arjuna. So Arjuna knew everything, but he wanted Krishna. He wanted Krishna should personally tell this and establish his own supremacy. That is why he didn't, he's requesting Krishna. You mentioned. Then Krishna starts from the 4.5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So all these verses, Krishna is telling Arjuna that how he is unborn. Just like very nice analogy is given by Prabhupada, that the sun who sets in the meridian, and again because of her defective senses, the Jivatma, as a conditioned souls, we cannot see the presence of sun. And again when it comes in the eastern horizon in the morning, then we perceive. So like that, that doesn't mean, Prabhupada, very simple example he gives, said that doesn't mean sun doesn't exist. So like that, Krishna only appears. He doesn't take birth like all of us. Like we see in Chaitanya Lila also. Lord manifested from the heart of Mother Sachi, and also from Devaki. So similarly, Krishna can do anything. It's not a difficulty for Krishna to all these manipulations. So also in this chapter we see, so the being conditioned soul, even what we did last day, the same time, we have all forgotten. We are so prone to forgetting. But Krishna is omniscient. Krishna never forgets. Even each and every conditioned soul, innumerable universes are there. Ours is the smallest one, right? And each universe has so many living entities. I was just contemplating how Krishna, what is the inconceivable energy of Krishna, the Sambhit Shakti, by how he knows each and every Jivatma's karma, and what is the destiny, what is going to happen. It is incalculable. I mean, it's inconceivable. That is what Krishna is doing. That is why the Sukadeva Goswami is telling, don't think this is a cheap ordinary pastimes between Mother Draupadi and Mother Rukmini and Lord Krishna. So in the subsequent verses you'll be hearing. So last 10 minutes is there. I will stick to the time. Of course, many things can be discussed on this regarding Krishna's supremacy, has transcendental qualities. So Rukmini is very much aware of this Krishna's potencies. That is why how Rukmini got attracted to Krishna, simply by hearing about Krishna. And when the Krishna came to kidnap her, that time so many soldiers were there, Shishupal and so many, then Krishna, just like a lion, he snatches. Then a Rakshas, they call Rakshas Vivaha. He kidnapped Rukmini in front of everybody. And Rukmini Devi says, just by the sound of the bow string of Krishna, all the demons were that is the supremacy of Krishna. The same Krishna again is telling, I have no home. Because of the fear of Jarasandha, I created this Dwarka fort. It is contradictory. That is how, based on these words, if we keep it in our mind, that Krishna is the ultimate creator, destroyer and maintainer, and he is the ultimate protector of the religion. That is why he comes when the religion goes down. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani. Dharmasya glani means when the religiosity comes down and irreligion increases, then Krishna appears. So many things are there, you all can read later on. So the last 10 minutes I will like to tell something about Shyamanand Pandit disappearance. So all of you know Shyamanand Pandit was the internal associate of Lord Chaitanya. He was one of the three acharyas like Srinivas Acharya and Shyamanand Pandit, and who was the third one? Narottam Das Thakur. They were all getting trained in this Vrindavan land by Jiva Goswami. So his father's name was Krishna Mandal and mother's name was Durika. So he was born in Odisha, Bahadur Nagar. There is one village called Dharenda village. So he was born in Odisha. Then from the birth he was very intelligent. Actually most of the children, they passed away. So many children, they born of their parents. They were devotees, they were all Vaishnavas. So once they passed away, the parents are very afraid. Then they wanted to put a name. Hearing this, those days there are influence of witches and goblins, ghosts. They believe like Lord Chaitanya. They gave the name Nimai. So similarly, they gave the name Dukhiya. Dukhiya means who is always very morose, very unhappy. So then nobody will touch him. But he was very beautiful, as if he was Cupid personified. Lord Jagannath of Jagannath Puri, he personally maintained him. That is why he was so beautiful and very intelligent. From the childhood, he was attracted to the devotional service of the Lord, especially Gaur Nitai. That is what his father observed. My son is developing this sentiment, so maybe I can initiate him with some mantra. So then he decided, he asked, what is your interest? Then he said, I want to go to Navadvip. I want to meet the Acharya there in Gauridas Pandit's house, Acharya. Then one Hrudaya Chaitanya was his spiritual master. So then he decided, and with the permission of his father, actually he has been given all the samskaras, he read all the Vedic scriptures, and then he left for Navadvip. Then when he reached Ambika Kalna, there he saw the gate, he was paying obeisances. That time Hrudaya Chaitanya was passing on the road. So he said, he just saw him, such a brilliant boy. So he immediately recognized. So he said, what is your name? Then he said, my name is Dukhiya. Then he gave his identification. Then he said, I want to meet Hrudaya Chaitanya. So he said, I am the same person. So then he was very jubilant, Hrudaya Chaitanya, to see this Dukhiya, because he could understand this will be a great soul who can preach the cult and the teachings of Lord Chaitanya those days. So then what happened? He embraced him and he said, from today onwards, I am initiating you, your name will be Krishna Das. So then he was very happy. He stayed with his guru for some time. He started serving him. And then Hrudaya Chaitanya personally decided, you need some higher education. So better you go to Vrindavan and get trained under Jiva Goswami. So then he, on the order of his Guru Maharaj, he started for Mathura. Actually he went to Gaya first. From Gaya he went to Kasi, where he met Tapan Misra and Chandrasekhar Acharya. So like that he got the blessings of many acharyas. And before that also he went to Navadvip. Before coming out from Ambika Kalna, first he went to Navadvip. He sought the house of Jagannath Misra, and then there he met Ishan Thakur, and he got his mercy, blessings. So then he started from Gaya to Kasi, and then finally he reached Mathura. He took his bath in the Jamuna river in Visram Ghat. Then he finally, after visiting various temples in Mathura, he came to Vrindavan, where Jiva Goswami was staying. And Jiva Goswami was very happy. He gave the introduction that I am a disciple of Hrudaya Chaitanya, and my Guru Maharaj has asked you to take care of me, give the education and spiritual training. So then Jiva Goswami also introduced him to Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur, who are his contemporaries. And later on, he was given a special service. He was doing the brooming service, that is Jhadu Seva. In the Jhadu Mandal, if you see the Parikrama mark in the Seva Kunj. So every day he used to broom there, and one day he used to roll on the ground. He used to smear the dust of this Vraj Vrindavan on his body and get purified. He was getting Ashtasattvic Vikar. So like that, when he, one day he was brooming, and it was almost like an evening hour, and then suddenly he saw something very dazzling in the dust, in the accumulated dust. So he just found out, oh, it's a very, very beautiful anklet, ankle bell. So he could recognize this is not of ordinary, this must be some very important gopis. So then he very meticulously put it in his, uttari, he tied it nicely and he kept it. So immediately, actually Radharani wanted to give her mercy on, because he was not an ordinary soul, he was a manjari in Radha Krishna Leela. So for that, so Radharani once purposefully dropped her ankle bell while doing the Ras Leela there. So in that context, Radharani sent Visakha Devi, Mother Visakha. Then she said, you go and take my anklet back. Then Visakha, she was looking very bright, dazzling, very as if some demigoddess has come. So then when she approached Dukhiya, so immediately she could recognize, and she asked, who are you? So she said, I'm a cowherd girl. So have you got one anklet here? Yes, I have. So please give it to me. No. Why? No. Whosoever anklet is there, she has to come personally and get it. I cannot give it to you. Oh, this is no, you give, because she is just newly married, if she comes, it's a custom in Braj that she should not show her face to open any other, gents. So like that. So then he said, no, I'm sorry. She has to personally come. So Visakha had no option. She has to go back and told Radharani, this is what this boy is telling. So Radharani is actually watching all this from the shade of a tree. Then she saw that, and then she personally has to come. And then when she just was able to arrive, and then Visakha Devi took Dukhiya to that shade of the tree. And from the distance, when Dukhiya saw Srimati Radharani's beautiful, that transcendental form, dazzling, with his beautiful bodily features, so he went into trance. He lost all his external composure. And then, in that condition, suddenly this Dukhiya saw Radha Kund manifested in front of him. So then he is seeing, he took bath in Radha Kund, and once he comes out of Radha Kund water, he is got transformed in a beautiful gopi and a manjari. And then she gave her prostrated obeisances at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, and out of affection, Radharani embraced her, and she told, you are very dear servant of mine, you are, where are you, so please hand over the anklet. Then that time only actually that time he was in a form of a gopi, so he handed over the anklet, and then Radharani, what she did is, she put the anklet on the forehead of this Dukhiya, and there is an impression, and she took some alta from her lotus feet, and then also smeared on the, she's looking like a tilak, very bright. So then Radharani blessed her, this tilak is going to remain with you, and from today onwards your name will be Syamanand. Syama means you have given pleasure to Radharani. Syama is the name of Radharani. So that is why. So then it is said by some of the local people, they say Radharani manifested this current deity of Radha Syam Sundar, not Radharani, Syam Sundar. Radharani came later on. So that same deity is even today, they are being worshipped. And all the followers of Syamanand Pandit. Then Syamanand Pandit, slowly, after all these things, suddenly all these sins, everything disappeared. All the gopis, everything, they disappeared, and then he could find in his male form, but his tilak was there. And then when he went back to Jiva Goswami said, what happened to you? You are looking different. You are so effulgent. And what is that tilak mark? Then he could recognize this is the lotus feet of Radharani. Oh, you are so fortunate. Jiva Goswami embraced him. You are blessed. I never had darshan of Radharani. How fortunate you are. So like that, then slowly Jiva Goswami also understood the position of Syamanand Pandit, and he arranged all the cart. Those days bullock cart was there. So all the books, literature, they kept in the cart, and that was supposed to go to different places. They said Jiva Goswami ordered Syamanand Pandit to go to Orissa, and through West Bengal, of course. First they through Navadip, from there they are supposed to go back to the respective places. And Khechuri was the birthplace of Narottam Das Thakur, then he went there. So on the way, all the books got stolen, all of you know, I'm cut-setting it. So then Srinivas Acharya, he stayed back. So he collected all the books. In the meantime, Shyamanand Thakur Pandit, he reached Navadip, Ambika Kalna, there where he met his spiritual master, Hrudaya Chaitanya. He was so, actually what has happened, one thing I missed actually. So when this Shyamanand Pandit, this Tilak, and he becomes so famous, this news went to Ambika Kalna. And then his guru, Hrudaya Chaitanya, became very angry. How your name got changed? I am your spiritual master, in my, without my permission, how did you change your name and your Tilak? So it is an offense. I want to chastise you. He came immediately to Vrindavan. He literally beaten, it is mentioned. He physically tortured Shyamananda. He was tolerating just like a humble disciple. Then Radharani came personally in the dream of Hrudaya Chaitanya. He said, she was in a very angry mood, Radharani. She chastised, how dare you change my, this is myself. I only changed the tilak. I only gave the name. Who are you to tell? Just go and ask forgiveness. So then the next morning when Hrudaya Chaitanya, he was in very dilemma what to do. He was falling, he fell at the lotus feet of Shyamanand Pandit and asked for forgiveness. Then immediately he went back to Ambika Kalna. Then all these things happened, and Shyamanand Pandit went back to Ambika Kalna to meet his Guru Maharaj, that he was so, he could not bear the separation. He said, now onwards don't send me anywhere. I want to just stay with you and serve you. This is the goal of my life. Why are you sending here, there? But Hrudaya Chaitanya said, see my dear disciple, how will glorify your spiritual master unless you preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Especially in Orissa those days, all the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already passed away. So then there is a preaching activity was slowed down. Many atheists were coming up. So he said, better you go to Odisha and preach there extensively. So then he went to his village first, Bahadur Nagar. From there, he met his parents there. Everybody was very happy to see coming back into his hometown. Then from there, he went to different places, and the river Suvarna Rekha, there was one Rasik. His name was Rasik, he was a Rasikendra. So he was his disciple. There are so many disciples of Shyamanand Pandit, and he extensively preached the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, especially the holy names amongst the Odisha people. Even today also there are many sampradayas as Shyamanandi sampradayas, even Odisha and also other parts of the India. So like that he preached extensively, and then in Balarampur and in Narsimhapur, and so many villages are there. And then finally when he decided to go back to his Guru and met his Guru Maharaj, then on the way he heard his Guru Maharaj has passed away. He was very broken hearted. He was thinking, what I'll do? My life is spoiled. So then his Guru came in his dream, Hrudaya Chaitanya. He said, don't be worried, I'm still there, I'm as your guide. So just continue your preaching work. Then he went back to Ambika Kalna, and from there he again travelled extensively to Orissa, and it is mentioned that on this particular day, that is the yesterday was the Purnima, right? Jyeshtha Purnima. So the first Krishna Paksha, the dark fortnight of this month, Asad month. This is the day where Shyamanand Pandit left his body and he entered the eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna. Boliye Shri Shyamanand Pandit ki jai. So by the blessings of Shyamanand Pandit, we are also worshipping Radha Shyam Sundar here. So and he has his samadhi. If you go to Radha Shyam Sundar temple, his samadhi is still there, and in Radha Kund you will get the Danta Samadhi, the teeth of Shyamanand Pandit. If you go to there's Radha Shyam Sundar temple in Radha Kund, many times we visited. So all of us should seek the blessings of Shyamanand Pandit so that we can also develop the Gaurav Prem, and with the blessings of Lord Gaur Sundar, gradually we'll get the Krishna Prem. Jai Sri Shyamanand Pandit ki, Grantharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, all the assembled Vaishnava ki jai. Nitai Gaur Sitanat Premanande Hari Hari Bo.